Hello my friends and welcome back to Dragonfall. It's episode 20. And we are off to the lab. Because why not? I don't think I need a decker for this one, so we shall just go. Actually, before we go. Nope, no level 6 unlock yet. Let's go. Don't know how I ended up with those grenades and nitros in my inventory, or did it just select random stuff to fill the gaps? I don't know. The ride to Oldenarl Plaza is a dismal one. Your only company on the train is an elderly dwarf in a ragged peacoat. He spends most of the time muttering to himself. When the train rattles to a stop, he slowly rises from his perch and begins to hobble towards the doorway. The station itself isn't much different. Old, broken down thing at the end of its useful life, feebly toitering towards obsolescence. This area of Berlin has clearly seen better days. A window of light shines down from the surface, and even that looks stale. Slowly you begin to climb. No, I'm good. The streets above the Ordner Plaza are dark and dismal. The keys have seen better days. Everything here reeks of economic depression and faded glory. Looking above you is a fortress-like, seemingly impregnable facility. The windows have been shuttered with enormous steel panels, lending the entire building a sinister appearance. That's our target, Shadowrun Bioscience. I wonder what happened in there. Might still be happening for all we know. There's a cheerful thought. Come on, boss, let's get this over with. Pile of trash is steaming. Fetid waves of stench wash over you as you draw near. Ye gods, it's rank. I'll stay back here if you don't mind. A better thing to do than dig through a pile of decomposing trash. It might not be decomposition. The steam could be coming from a grate or a vent under the pile. Move the trash aside. Hey, there's the vent. Door is sealed tight. Dirt, dust and grime have caked around the corners. It's clear no one's been through here in many months. You can see hydraulic jacks locking the door in place near the bottom of the frame. Strength 6. Attempt to force the hydraulics into decompression mode. You strain against the smooth metal, wrenching on the hydraulics with all your might. What seems like eternity, you hear the tortured sound of tearing metal, and one of the jacks comes free from its housing. The resulting imbalance causes the door to shoot upwards, jamming into the top of the doorway with a metallic crunch. Broken beyond repair, the door is easy to push your way through. Oh no, that was easy. I no longer need to speak to these people. I love how it still makes the door opening noise when the door is supposed to be wedged in the roof. Locate the experimental bioware. Gain entry to the lab. Terminal governs the animal testing wing of Shadowrun Bioscience. The entries concerning animal test subjects and procedures performed upon them fill the menu screen. Hellhound testing protocols, Basilisk testing protocols. Hellhound testing protocols. This entry contains notes of a variety of invasive test procedures that were performed on a kennel of Hellhound test subjects. Several memos appended to the file. Apparently scientists working with the animal testing wing were less convinced that working with dangerous fire-breathing animals would yield useful results than the executives were. Entry covers various forms of experimentation and testing performed on Shadowrun's prized possession, a rare albino basilisk, acquired from an exotic animals dealer in Portugal. It appears the basilisk was being used as a primary focus of a passion project at Shadowrun, an attempt to create a magically active piece of bioware. Why the executives in charge of the project felt that a basilisk could make an appropriate test subject is not clarified. The list of procedures performed on the creature is extensive, including a series of Unanesthetized thoracic surgeries. I don't know, I guess they pissed off the animals and got wrecked. Would be my guess. The terminal appears to contain an inventory control system for Sutland's biosciences merchandise. Items are spelled out in amber lettering against a solid background. A glowing cursor awaits your input. Organ wing, tissue banks, an organ farm, breakdown analysis, replication and fabrication, contract fulfillment, animal testing, special projects. This entry provides a complete breakdown of standard organs being grown in the organic chemistry wing of Sutherland Bioscience. It seems the lab was outfitted with the capacity to mass produce vat-grown metahuman organs, including hearts, kidneys, livers, and lungs. Entry contains a log of studies performed by Sutton employees on products of competing biotech companies. BioWare samples from Universal Omnitech, Schwarze, Proteus AG, and Biogene have all gone under the knife here, and the results of each dissection has been meticulously recorded. This entry contains notes on Sutherland's attempts to replicate products they had previously dissected and studied. According to the information here, Sutherland achieved a shocking level of success at producing generic versions of a wide variety of commercial and restricted BioWare products. These knockoff products were commissioned by an outside investor and had been moved to cold storage in the executive wing pending transport. Entry contains a complete breakdown of organs waiting in cold storage to be claimed by clients and investors. Scanning over the list to see a number of high-end security level enhancements in inventory. BioWare like this would normally run tens of thousands of million. If this is what Ezekiel was commissioning Sutherland to produce, he could undercut all of his competitors and make an ungodly profit. Special products. This entry details a number of projects that involve invasive testing on awakened animals. We're listing for a number of hellhounds, including their complete medical histories. It appears that most of the experimental procedures listed were performed on a subject named Billy. Who or what Billy might be has been left undisclosed. Console seems to control the locking mechanism for the door in front of you. Keycard reader has been set into the front bezel of the console. Keycard access clearance level B. Nothing I can do here except go down. Okay. Well, that is random. Just a random 58, like, what? I don't remember doing this mission. Unauthorized access detected. It's a lot of drones. Now we pumping. Unlock the door. Oh, there's a guy still in here. Wide-eyed young man in tattered lad coat confronts you. His beard is bushy and unkempt, and bare patches of skin show through. You there, who are you? He stalks towards you, his hand twitching. How dare you enter my domain? Easy there, pal. I thought this land was abandoned. Abandoned? This is my territory, my home. You're an invader in my territory, he troll, and you have murdered my peasantry. You got a live one here, boss. You're a murderer, a monster. You will pay. Hold up, who are you? I am Felix Rex, the Night King of subtle and bioscience. I'll have you banished for your transgressions, he troll. Banished to the underworld, or left to the ravages of all-powerful Billy. Hold still while I fetch the robots that will banish you. Slow down there, Night King. What are you talking about? I'm the sovereign ruler of this building, now and forever. Right of succession, the former laboratories and subtle biosciences belong to me. Succession, who died? Everybody. Everyone but me. Once I shared authority with another, my dear friend Heiner. Our Doomvrate led this building into a golden age. Together we liberated the animal testing labs and annexed them into our territory, but then Heiner got eaten by Billy, and a burden of leadership fell onto my shoulders. It's my best to make life good for the peasantry, scrub their plastic cases on a daily basis, crooned pleasing melodies to ease their troubled minds, but those days are over now. My peasants are dead. You've destroyed something beautiful. Good news for you, Your Highness. The door is open. You can leave now. Leave? Abandon my kingdom? Never. I'm a proud, benevolent ruler. This is my sovereign territory, and I will never abandon it. Alright, sorry. I'm sorry about your peasants. I'm on an important quest. Oh, well, that changes everything. Perilous quests and civilian casualties go together like chocolate and peanut butter. I can't stay mad at you for that. Tell me this quest of yours, good he-troll. Leave nothing to the imagination. You have my rapt attention. To get my hands on Bioware prototypes are being stored in the executive wing. The executive wing? Madness. Take this as a warning, noble stranger. If you tend to forge your way into that land of milk and honey, you do so at your own peril. The underworld stands between you and your goal, and the underworld is home to the murderous Billy. I think I've heard about this Billy. He was Sutherland's albino basilisk, right? Was is right. Now he's so much more. Creature of legend. Years of experimentation have remade the beast into the ultimate killing machine. He's smarter than 10 men and 5 times as deadly. I think I've heard all I need to about Billy. Tell me how to get into the executive wing. Very well, stranger. If you cannot be dissuaded, I will help you. Ragged lab tech fishes into a coat pocket with a bony hand, which is a thin slip of plastic. He presents you with a flourish. It's my prized position, the incomparable Keycard B. Using this, you can descend to the underworld and face Billy. Should you survive the encounter, search for the long-missing Keycard E. Use it to reopen the executive wing, and I see to it you are richly rewarded. Okay. More random money. Pages of the computer's file system found a number of archived video feeds from the building surveillance system. In addition, episodes 1 through 6 of an old Slovakian period fantasy called The Night Kings of Lightning Hold have been saved to the machine's desktop. Heard of that show? It's supposed to be horrible. I mean really, really bad. Never watched it myself, but hear that it made Neil the Orc Barbarian look like high art. The video feed kicks in. Philip is engaged in an animated discussion with someone who's standing outside camera range. You can see his shoes and his shadow, but nothing more. The voice sounds human. You guess that the off-camera speaker is a man in his early 20s. Look, we've survived this long. If we play our cards right into a proper bit of rationing, I reckon we can live off the executive snack bar for a long time to come. Plenty of fat and sugar, and those wouldn't be a problem. We've got mixed nuts for protein, and get our vitamins and minerals from the diet bars. Not many of those, but like I said, we'll ration. We bet we can hold out for 2 or 3 months on what's stashed away in that snack bar. We're sure to be rescued before we run dry. You're fooling yourself, man. Ignoring an unpleasant truth rather than facing it. We have to accept the fact that we could be stuck in here for the long haul. The snacks are great and all, but they can't be our staple food stuff. We need to stretch them out as far as humanly possible, and that means supplementing them with something more substantial. You don't mean, look, just think of it like farming, right? Look after our crops, we'll always have food to eat. We have enough supplies on hand to keep the tissue cultures and the org chem wing growing indefinitely. What I'm talking about is growing meat for our own survival, that's all it is. Metahuman meat, Phil. Synthetic hearts and livers and kidneys grown to be implanted into people like you and me. You're talking about eating people parts. It's disgusting and I won't do it. Unless you fancy dying of malnutrition, you're going to have to. I know, you know that as well as I do. Organ meat is rich in vitamins and minerals. Chlorine, Q10, vitamin D, bioavailable iron. All things you're going to need if you want to survive in the long term. You won't find much vitamin D in licorice sticks and choco nuts. You're talking like they're never going to rescue us. We're in Berlin, Heiner. What they? Who do you think is coming? We need to be prepared to survive here for a long time, maybe years. That means making the most out of the resources at our disposal. I'm talking about resorting to cannibalism, man. No, I'm talking about eating meat. Image flicks on frame. Philip leaning against the wall, listlessly chewing on an unidentifiable hunk of cooked meat. He looks miserable. Drone comes to inspect him and he pushes it away. Heine's voice crackles over the intercom. Philip doesn't look up. I'm going now, Phil. No more arguments, okay? There's a long pause. In lieu of responding, Philip takes another bite of meat and gnashes at it with his teeth. I'll kill that fucking thing, you see? That goddamn basilisk is going down. Once we get down into the sewers again, we might be able to find a way out. This is our chance, Philip. Wish me luck. Video feed flickers onto the screen. You find Philip standing in the corner room you're in now. He looks haggard, exhausted, and carries a haunted look in his eyes. Heiner is noticeably absent. Cheap synthesized music pipes in from somewhere off screen. Philip turns to stare in the direction the music came from. A smooth baritone voice rings out a phrase in Slavic. A half second later, a different voice shouts a translation in German. Night Kings of Lightning Hold. Philip stares glassy-eyed as the show begins. The synthesized music blares. A deep troll's voice rumbles out of the media center speakers. I, Titonius Rex, will defend my realm. Swear. I do so swear it before my magic sword, Argonar. This I do swear. An alarmingly breathy elvish voice sings out in response. But Titonius, the Gibralthorn hordes will smite you if you stay. The people in the valley are only peasants. You needn't throw your life away for them. Flee with me into the enchanted wood of Talar Sheen. Please make this stop. Life is sworn to protect these peasants, She-Elf. Run back to enchanted trees if you will, but Night King will never flee. But Titonius, you cannot die. I love you. Go to your father and beseech him to rally his elf troops southward. For Titonius Rex falls, Lightning Hold will fall, and Lightning Hold will not fall. The troll drones on, audibly struggling to emote and occasionally tripping over his lines. Overall, the acting quality is roughly on par with what you'd expect from a primary school Christmas pageant. Philip stares at the screen, listlessly chewing on his meat, his nose wrinkled in distaste, and his fists clench and unclench. Mercifully, the video feed cuts to static. Screen flickers and a video feed of Philip pops onto the screen. He's standing in the corner watching an episode of Night Kings of Lightning Hold. His jaw hangs slack and he stares at the screen in rapt attention. But father, Tony's risk his life, nay his very soul, to defend Lightning Hold from the Jabuthans. His enchanted sword Argonar feeds upon honour and bravery and seeks to transform him into a noble king. From a noble king into an evil demon lord. Philip's lips move silently, mouthing the words as they are spoken. Evidently he's committed the entire script to memory. My dying daughter, that's why I cannot send my troops. Your beloved Tyrus Rex walks the knife's edge between light and darkness every time he draws that devil blade from its scabbard. It's long past time that you learn the truth about me, Brithena Thay. I was the one who trapped the demon lord Karabok within that blade. Breath, the actress lets out a sharp gasp. Phil mimes the motion and a tear begins to trace its way down his cheek. But father, you can't mean... Yes, my daughter. I was the one they called Thunder Spear, the sworn enemy of Titonius Rex's people, the Hongar barbarian tribe. And this is all your fault. The Gibbethons, the threat to my beloved soul, all of it. It was the only way to save Tarasheen, my darling daughter. Tarasheen, and your mother, whom I hid away when you were but a girl. She's still alive, Branathay. The security drone floats by to inspect Philip. Idly reaches out and begins stroking its casing, petting it as if it were a house cat. Video feed flickers and splutters out, and you find yourself back at the main menu. Screen flickers and Philip appears on the screen. He appears to be dancing on the security drones. The little machine weaves and bobs frantically to avoid colliding with him. With every motion, the lab tech slides in to fill the empty space. Around and around they go, twirling and writhing across the laboratory floor. There's an enormous smile on Philip's face. Then the lights go dim and an alarm begins to sound. Danger, danger, intruder detected. Security protocols engaged. I admire your bravery, noble vassal. This is my fight. I, Philip Rex, will defend this land with my life. Indeed, my very soul. Sir, please clear the area. Hostiles inbound. No, noble spirit, it's you who must. I repeat, clear the area. Hostiles inbound. Maybe you're right. I'm already a Night King. Perhaps this is your time to shine. I will not rob you of this moment of glory. Well, now your moment in the sun. When you return victorious, I will grant you lands and titles to reward your heroism. Philip turns and steps out of camera range. The drone is joined by two others which wait in a holding position facing the camera. The picture breaks into static and the video feed cuts off. Wow, that was a painful waste of my time. I don't even know why I did that. What's in here? Auto-injector of bliss. Can't even remember what bliss does. Don't think it's one of the good ones though. It's nitro, isn't it? I mean, if this basilisk is down here... Oh, and the hellhounds. How did they not starve? Alright, there goes all his AP. Another hit like that, he's toast. Alright. Apparently he did not have enough action points to survive that. Nice! Oh, another hellhound. Game sometimes. I missed a 99. Nice. Oh, there goes 2 AP. There goes 3 AP. You know, against other melee units, melee is very strong against people who are not as good at melee as you are. I mean, there were obviously some scientists and stuff that they ate in the early days, but it just makes you wonder how they survived other than that. Gates, they finally opened. Wow, he just teleported. Thank you, my friend. You granted me the secret desire my heart yearned for most, a respectable supply of non-organ based foods. Most welcome in these hallowed halls. I, Philip Rex, do so swear it. To know more about the prototype Bioware. It's Bioware, pretty standard stuff, pain editors, trauma dampeners, all through skin, things like that. What the rest engineered from Bioware products, right? I read up on Sutherland's process. Yes, that's right, knockoffs. Dangerous work, illegal in most places, but not here in Berlin. Our investor needed it that way. Guess that explains why his Kybal didn't hire a company in Spain. Too risky. Here in Berlin, there are problems with the law, because there is no law, just have to be careful. All for naught now, though, our copies were good. Just like the real thing, but who cares? It's all just meat in the end. If you don't miss that meat, I'll take it off your hands. Go right ahead, fill your pockets, take whatever you like. I, on the other hand, will avail myself of the snack bar. What happened here? What caused lockdown? A calamitous series of events began with a spilled cup of soy calf and ended in terror and blood. And, you want more? Yes. You shall have one. Where to begin? On the morning of the lockdown, all was well. Geyser was an executive making his rounds, walking from console to console to check up on us. Held a bubbling cup of soy calf in his stubby little hands. All knew that food and drink were forbidden outside of the employee lounge, but Geyser was a proud man and would not obey the rules. His pride was our undoing. He tripped and fell, and his soy calf spilled in the console in the animal testing wing. There was a terrible snap of shorting circuits, coupled with the stench of ozone. All over the building, emergency lights flashed and alarms blared. Then the building went into quarantine mode. Doors locked and shutters slammed closed. We were all trapped like rats inside, but we were not afraid. We were sure the malfunction would be fixed within the hour. We did not know what was coming for us. Unbeknownst to all of us, Geyser's devil beverage had done more than initiate a false quarantine. It had also shorted the locks on Billy's cage. The albino basilisk slipped its bonds, and in that moment its reign of terror began. Within half an hour of the spill, Billy had slaughtered everyone who could have disengaged the lockdown. Executives were torn limb from limb, their business attire was shredded, their expenditure reports bathed in blood, and the rest of us were trapped inside with the savage beast. In the end, only Heiner and I remained. We managed to trap Billy in the underworld, but there was no hope of escape for us. It's been 2 years, someone must have come knocking before now. No, as far as the outside world was concerned, we were still under quarantine protocols. Nobody knew why, and nobody cared. The building had presumably been sealed for a reason. The world at large wasn't in a hurry to crack it open again. Heiner and I found ourselves completely isolated from the outside world, with a terrible creature running loose in the basement. Our choices were to give up and die, or make the best of it. As you can plainly see, we chose the latter. We persevered and eventually transformed this husk of a building into a glorious kingdom that you find yourself standing in today. It was all for the best in the end. I tamed this land and grown to love it. I'll never live anywhere else. Time to leave. As you emerge blinking into the light of day, you find yourself standing face to face with a veritable wall of security personnel. A man in an expensive suit raises a megaphone to shout at you. You, stay right where you are. Megaphone isn't really necessary, man. I'm standing right here. Place the stolen Bioware samples that you're carrying on the ground, then lie on your belly with your hands on your head. Do it now, or I'll order my men to open fire. Didn't steal anything. The owner of this material commissioned me to retrieve it for him. It's Kybal, you mean? Yes, we know all about him. He has a reputation back in Spain. We're with Shinoaze street scum, and that material infringes on 15 of our company's patents. Organs that you're carrying are based on our intellectual property. This is unbelievable. This place is locked down for 2 years and you choose today to come visit. You think it's a coincidence? We came when the quarantine was broken. I've had eyes on this place since the lockdown went into effect. You called us here when you opened the doors. Why wait, you could have broken into this place months ago. The building was quarantined, idiot. It's cheaper to set up a camera than it is to mount a hazmat cleanup effort. As long as the counterfeit merchandise was contained, we didn't care that it was in there, but it will not hit the streets. And shut your mouth and hit the floor. Load my men to open fire. Huh. Fight. There is no choice. Don't make me kill you, man. Have it your way. I love how they get first strike. Take it. Nice. Oh, very nice. Well, that wasn't so nice. Wow, we just got rid of 6 of my armor. Oh, that hit just went straight through high cover. Come on. Oh, nice shot. thirsty. Kick him in the face. Nice. Oh ho ho! Now that was a shot. Right. My lack of armor is definitely going to hurt me. Oh, come on. Got him. Bunny power. Oh yes. Finally, some real damage. As the smoke begins to clear, a cry of jubilation sounds out over the Sutlin Bioscience Building's intercom system. Well done, noble stranger, well done. You have defended this realm from ravening Jubilathon hordes, just as you vanquished the ravening Billy. Just doing my job, Phil. Of course you are, and as Wandering Knight, your job is legendary heroism. I will sing your tale to my peasants, and they will rejoice. This is just sad. Come on, boss. The Bioware samples aren't going to stay frozen forever. Farewell, stalwart he-troll. We will remember you always. Hear the rustling sound of Phil pushing himself away from the intercom. A few seconds later, the builder's external speakers fall silent. Wait, there was an intercom that reached outside? Or maybe it was in the executive's room. Like, couldn't he have used that to call for help? Let's not question it. Let's just get out of here. Questioning it is the road to madness. U-Bahn trip back from Aldenplatz is a shaky one. Surprisingly, the train is packed. Only empty seats are at the very back of the car. A haggard-looking young mother marches down the aisle, dragging her 3 screaming children behind her, 2 boys and a girl, each around 6 years old. As the woman nears you, her eyes fix on the frozen pouches of bioengineered meat that you liberated from Sutlin's executive freezer. She opens her mouth to say something, but at that moment the little girl jams a finger into her brother's nose. The boy howls and the young mother's shoulders slump. Slowly, robotically, she turns toward her destination and begins to trundle forward, dragging her squalling offspring towards the solemnity of a funeral procession. With the solemnity of a funeral procession. Eventually, the train hums to a stop. You depart. Is that the correct spelling of that? Debark gratefully, lugging a freezer's worth of Bioware samples behind you. No, it's disembark. This is not a word. Should be disembark. I'm like, what the hell is debark? Isn't that when you pull bits off a tree? I'm pretty sure that's what happens when you pull bits off a tree. You debark it. I have your... I do. It's right here. So you do. Yes, that's exactly what I've been waiting for. Good work. Transfer 2,000 into your account for the job, and give me a moment. I'll add the samples you've recovered to my inventory. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Now, if you'll excuse me... Hang on, there are a few more details we need to discuss. Fine, let's make it quick, alright? I want to get this merchandise logged in the inventory before it does to thaw. The Shawase Corporation had eyes on that building, had to fight one of their retrieval teams. Oh, can't say I'm surprised. They were instrumental in engineering my downfall back in Spain. Bastards bought all manner of drummed up charges against me. Tabloid press had a field day. I wouldn't worry about Shawase. They may have their files on me, but they won't take any direct action against the Kurz Bazaar. I have information on several of their executives that would be quite embarrassing if it ever came to light. One of the researchers survived. He's gone insane over there in the last couple of years, refuses to leave. He thinks he's something like a Night King. How tragic! He pauses for a moment, considering, then shrugs. As far as I'm concerned, he can stay there for as long as he likes. The lease is paid through to 2061, and I don't need the building for anything. It's uncharacteristically generous of you, Doctor. The money's already spent. I can't get a refund. The cleanup costs on getting the building up and running would ruin me, so it's going to sit idle one way or another. Anyway, I already have what I need from the facility. If your little friend wants to play out his fantasies in there, he's more than welcome to. I wash my hands of it. Does anyone know what caused the lockdown? Yes, I suppose I do. Go ahead, tell me. I'm all ears. It was a stupid accident. Someone spilled soy calf on a control console. A bunch of test animals killed the researchers. That's... That is frustrating, but I suppose it's all water under the bridge. I have my merchandise after all. That's... This guy has no empathy whatsoever. I found this schematic. Can you make and install it? Interesting. These types of implanted injectors have become popular with some of the local gangs. Yes, can I install it? Though we'll need payment for the materials. What happened to my Zero Essence Bioware? This one. Did I not confirm it? I mustn't have confirmed it last time. To be fair, this is probably actually better. Here it is. Enhanced articulation. +1 dodge, +1 quickness. It doesn't give +1 strength. Aha, and this is +1 quickness, +1 strength. So these are the ones. So that is +5 to quickness. That's enough for you to actually be a good rifleman. Boom. Now I have 6 quickness. I have 6 quickness without even spending a single point in it. It's actually hilarious how OP I am now. Of course, if you were going ranged combat, it would be ridiculous. It means you could have a 6 in ranged combat and get a 12, which is, you know, pretty crazy. But, you know, in addition to that, you get 2 in dodge. So between these two, you get a pretty significant reduction in being hit. So, just a little bit of spend here, which will dramatically increase my dodge chance. That will take me up to 15 strength, which I think is the maximum. That's a pretty ridiculous build. Unfortunately, I just don't feel like the actual skills themselves are worth it. I suppose they can be, once you reach a certain point. I don't believe I can get any more strength, for example. I'm not sure why this, why I choose this over this. Maybe it's got lower requirements. I think I'm quite happy with the sword, so maybe I will get some sword combat skill. I'm not sure how much that really helps, but hey. Let's go. Once you're en route to the rabbit hole with the funds advances payments, I'll cancel the team's remaining obligations. I have to say, this lifts enormous weight off my shoulders. When Monica brought you on board, I was initially unsure about you, never had said that to anyone, of course, but kept you under a watchful eye. I see now I needn't have doubted her judgment. She chose her successor well. Now please go fetch the information from Alice. We're one step closer to surviving this mess. Oh. God, freaking stupid crap where you have to write down stupid passwords. Volklingen. Why make you do this? Okay, now I'm an unstoppable murdering machine. And that is it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed it. See you guys next time.